new season, sometimes we have to face with the problem of choosing which new faction is the best. So today we're going to analyze how to choose a faction. Please note that the following content is based on a role-playing server and 2 factions can be allied. According to the existing condition of my account, choosing a good faction is undoubtedly the best choice for me, but also I want to try the bad faction because the bad commander and the bad soldiers are so cool and powerful. I'll definitely try the bad faction when I have the chance, and I'll start my analysis with the good faction. They're Rohan, Gondor, Lothlorien, Lindon, Erebor, and Arnor. So let's start our analysis from the left. Lindon facing the sea on one side and the mountains on the other side. Attacking him can only be done from the east or the south, and the capital of Lindon, the Grey Haven, is built on the seashore. And if you want to attack it, you can only get a little closer to the capital of Arnor. In the early stage of the game, the general first to occupy Hobbiton, this is the control point. This is the control point that Lindon and Arnor will grab because it is not far away between them, and we can also take our newly developed commander over. In addition to the other control points, they are not easy for other factions to occupy because they are so far away. If you're having a good defense for Forlindon Keep, Eredlund Keep, and Nanlund Keep, then the season Lindon will be very safe. And then expand their power outwards until the time Lindon will be a very powerful faction. Arnor is surrounded by Lindon, Ardmore, and Isengard, and Lothlorien is not a very good location. Lindon and Lothlorien may leave Arnor alone because they're good factions. Okay, fine. The north side is a battlefield of Lindon and Angmar, and according to my experience in this game, Lindon and Angmar are not good guys, so it's better for Arnor to form alliance with Lothlorien and take the upper part of the map. This way, Arnor can also not waste too much energy to defend the western side. Of course, it is also possible to form alliance with Lindon and then draw the upper left corner of the map as its own territory. Although it can also form alliance with Rohan together with Isengard, but only Isengard doesn't seem to be very cost effective. And in case Lindon and Angmar attack together, then Arnor will lose a lot of territories. Rohan also has a very bad location in Middle-earth, and is also surrounded on all sides by factions. And the capital of Kara's Galadon and Isengard's capital, Orthanc, is very close, although no one in the beginning of the game just takes the capital of other factions. Then the northwest side of Rohan's defense must be done in place. And if your strength is relatively strong, it is possible to directly capture the capital of Isengard. But let's talk about the more realistic ones. In my opinion, the alliance with Gondor is very good. Directly take the control points in the bottom left corner of the map. The battlefield above Rohan is very intense, the 2 alliance as long as the defense of Isengard and Mordor. Not aligned with Rohan, I also have to defend an additional faction, Gondor. As for there are no other better alliances options, I have no other idea for now, so you guys are welcome to leave a message below. The next faction, Lothlorien, is also a faction that does have a very bad location, but it has the advantage of being able to occupy Dol Guldur. Although the territories are not contiguous, it is the nearest faction to Dol Guldur. There's a mountain range to the west of its capital that can be used as a defense against enemies, but it is a hindrance to faction expansion. For alliance, I think Arnor is very good. To survive the middle of the battlefield, you need an ally. An alliance with Erebor is also a good choice, but unfortunately too far away. You can also form an alliance with Gondor, but the whole defense line is a little bit too long, and the middle may also be sandwiched between Rohan, which can create a more need to pay attention on defense. On the other hand, Gondor seems to not have any factions surrounding it, but in fact, it is still not a good location. Mordor and Rohan are powerful, especially Mordor. I have not seen any server where Mordor is weak, and the 2 factions' capitals are very close to each other. It is not difficult to capture the opponent's capital. Gondor is developing west and south while protecting its capital. If there's an alliance with Rohan, it might be possible to make Mordor less rampant and then occupy Malmekil Camp, which is a really useful unit. And of course, it is best to protect your own capital and then expect West, leaving the East until later in the game when your army is strong enough to provoke Mordor. Erebor's terrain is very similar to that of Lindon, only the western and the southern side need to be defended. Erebor is also a faction that I have not seen to be weak in many servers, and I guess it does have something to do with the terrain. Erebor can first occupy the control points around the capital and then expand outwards most of the army to occupy the outer control points inside, and then send a small team to occupy Northern Waste Keep and then Eastern Hills Keep. So then the territorial area is certainly great. Then allied with Lothlorien, the northeast side of the map is almost theirs, and united with Lindon, the faction in the middle of these two factions will be in great danger. The above analysis is only the faction terrain analysis before the season starts, and after entering the new season, we have to adjust the alliance object again according to the faction development trend. And of course, making the faction stronger is the most important thing. So now our video comes to an end, and see you next time. Bye!